This is gonna be a different from my other videos so far about putting a tutorial here. This is a WebUI Forge Neo on one of your image generations that you like to install in your PC. And I know there are some fatigues about AI that I heard online, so you are very concerned and you have critical thinking about this. That's fine, even though it is not much I could put up to it. Hopefully you enjoy. And I noticed that my English grammar wasn't the best so far. So yeah, enjoy the rest. Here's a breakthrough of the stable diffusion origin. Get the latest stable diffusion WebUI Forge Neo that is up, so you can download for here. And also upgrade it to Python 3.11, 12, or 13, depending on what version you use, but not 14 or 15. Also check mine about the path that you are optionally need to choose. All right then. Make sure your Python is already been installed. Like I have Python 3.12.7. I'm gonna put it up there. So far, if you already download the folder here, like the WebForge Classic, which is actually a latest one, make sure you have to extract it around here, and then I'll place it back up there. And once you do, open up, and actually it will lead towards the old folders here. So go around if you are using Windows for WebUI users. And it will actually preload some of the packages from the browser. So far, if you have some of the packaging version around Python here, so don't worry about this. So all you need to do is just use the latest one. Unfortunately for the 3.10, it will have some errors if you are using the older models, even though it's going to be out of service soon. So suggesting you want to like upgrade one of those Pythons as much as you could. And as you know, since my PC already has some the packaging inside the system in my PC, so it will actually analyze some of the collection packagings from each of them that is extracting from the folder. So far it is a success, so we have to wait for the another installation for the package. The other things, whether it's for the requirements. And so far, since we already got some folders around here, so let's have some models here. So far, I have like 2 models for those to demonstrate around it, which is actually the Anima XL, and then one is the latest one for Anima, which is actually the base version for those who want to know. Okay, the package is still up to install, and the Gurma Gardero, which is actually for the WebUI here. So for the requirements, it will take a little bit longer. So as you know, for the basic one that I have here, it needs to require for a Quinn for those who want to know how to use Quinn. Fit models around it, which is for the VIA and for the basics one. So it's going to be difficult to install to put it around the folders if you don't know so far. So I'll show you. We'll press the model one, and for the stable diffusion one, so extract those 2 folders around each side of here, and place it around on the checkpoint that you may need for this one, for the checkpoint. Then go back and just open up to VIA, and you need to require one of those quick image to put it around D, and the text encoder for the base ones here. So this one has a bigger package because you may need something for the Anima models here. So while we wait for the requirements to kind of load a bit up here, so it will take a little bit of time, like 2 minutes. And I think the packages are already getting onto it, so we're launching it around the WebUI. Since my GPU is RTX 3080 Ti, which is quite a 12 gigabytes, which is quite efficient around here. So we're just gonna wait for it to see if that's working. There's a PyTorch that is actually archived around here, so it detects around here, so it will register it, and it's getting detected around some of the base models around here. So the WebUI is up here. So here it is, the model version, or the WebUI interfaces, which is a dark background that everyone likes the dark background for the colors that it actually shows it up like that. So these are the UI appearances. So it actually has a grid selection around here. So we're just gonna press the XL and go to the checkpoint, and we're just gonna select the XL version of here. So the IL means illustration. So I noticed that artists are fearing about this type of model here. So yeah, you may have to think about this if you want to do a bit of the criticism. So I'm gonna put this at around floor 8, which is actually used for lower your VRAM speeds and for the quality that you need to set, be lower around here. And we're gonna put some prompts here so far. So I did have something to say around the prompt here. So I'm not much of the good spelling here. So we're gonna put a masterpiece, be best quality. And for the negative prompts, I may have to try to add it first, add it later, but I wanted to test it out with kernel. And we're just gonna lower out towards 20 steps here. So I'm gonna leave it there. So we're gonna test that and see how it runs. So actually, no, you may see a little bit of error around here, so don't mind about it. So it will detect, it will actually load it up, and afterwards, it will just like generate it. So it will take about a second. So seem to me the quality is getting a bit good, but not for the best. But if you are actually want to out with the negative prompt here. So this is what it is. Not much as perfect as it looks to so far. Quite like it. You can actually do a little bit more play tester around here, even though the weight of the quality of the imagery is quite good so far. If you want to do some more extension around here, we do have something you could actually find something for available here. So if I go around here, lower something up, you can actually find something that is actually a bigger star to see what's very popular around here, like add detail that actually automatically detect any of the masking and tools for the detail stuff about it. So it was very popular when you actually find out for this to use it. But if it doesn't have any of the requirements, so you can actually just extract it from the URL from the GitHub page. So far, that is pretty much you can actually see here. Let's generate a bit one more time. And we're gonna get some of the same results with the different generation post. And that's basically about it. But now let's move over towards the Anima, which is the latest model, which is quite difficult to require around it. But if you've been using Coffee UI, you already know the basics. So this one requires around both of them here. Quant 306B and also the Quant image VO, which is quite useful when you're using different models around it, like each of the presentation, like Y and Z, that needed around the Quant image right here. So we're gonna put this one into image 8. So it will actually load up a little bit slower so far, and you will see why. So while we wait for the image generator to kind of pop out, it will actually detect around each of them with the flow and the beat flow around it. So it is still analyzing it. So we just a bit reminder not to do a bit automatically, otherwise your VRAM will actually have some issues when it comes to like your speed around your generation process. So it is actually waiting out. So I'm just gonna put this in a bit of default when you actually paste it around it. So there it is. Although the background seems to be nice and neat, but it doesn't follow up with the prompt that it tells it to do so far. Try to play out with the schedule or the schedule types or the submitted method. So you can actually do most of it if you want. So if you're into much of trying out with the tools, so I'll try to think about doing a tutorial how to collate, get the right balance of right tools, or do LoRa, or input it with the texture inversions, which is quite complicated to understand about these type of tools. So we got the XL and some other new models that are very useful to try out here. But if you are having a hard time with the tools for copying UI, you could just do a little bit of laziness around on Stable Diffusion WebUI if you like it. Now, there are so many of the downsides if you are not into it so far. Now, it can be very useful, but make sure you have to keep an eye with these type of diffusion industry for the bit rates, because you may not know if your GPU are having a little bit of issues about running it. And also the command structures around it may give you a little bit of warning if you've been overusing or generating too much of the imagery. Otherwise, it will go off site around here. So that's basically about it. That's how you get the WebUI forged near onto your local system on your computer. So just let me know and leave a comment below if you have any questions, or if you have any particular about this software that you don't like. Don't blame me. I just discovered using it for quite a year now. So I company, you could just try out for yourself or do spicy things around the software that you can just tool around it. So just let me know, and hope you enjoy your day. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and let me know if you want part 2 for more expansion around the WebER part so far. So peace.